Hey, greetings to the body of the people. It's a man called Chris Dorsey. I'm not going to introduce myself by any title. It's a man called Chris Dorsey. My my actions and my blood speak for themselves. So I'm just going to explain to the body of the people, even though we already have explained everything that's going on geopolitically, and this goes out to everyone around the world. You know, sometimes when I give this analysis, it's through satellite broadcast. Sometimes it's from the capital of the state of Virginia, the so-called capital, inside the government building, the General Assembly building. It's knocked down, but there was a PBS studio in there, and we talked about the criminal nature of the government of Virginia, and I'm not going to exclude the Iranian government because, you know, there's some universal strategic things that the U.S. and Iran have in common, but we're not going to focus on the criminal nature of Iran and the manipulation. We're going to focus mostly on that border right there, Israel, and that the guys in on this decision allegedly are blackmailed in a Mossad underage sex slave operation, and they're making the decision on behalf of Israel from the headquarters where all this stuff began, Mar-a-Lago, where Epstein and Ghislaine, or Ghislaine, I always pronounce it Ghislaine, but I guess it's Ghislaine Maxwell. That's it. You know, I've been saying her name wrong for more years than anybody's ever really heard of that lady. But anyway, I know she's a Mossad agent, and this was ordered from Mar-a-Lago with Jared Kushner whispering in Donald Trump's ears. Now, all this goes without saying. They don't really need to be whispering in each other's ears. They already know the routine. But I'll tell you, the spike in the price of oil, who does that benefit? Well, it definitely benefits American corporations who would not be, and OPEC did the same by cutting supply. Russia's supply is like still at an all-time high. They go against their agreement, but anyway, you see what happens to the price of oil. It spikes, and these corporations that are oil corporations in America, redundantly operating through usury and derivatives and interest, they couldn't pay their interest off with these low oil prices, so this spiked oil. So what are they going to do? I mean, Straits of Hormuz or whatever it was, it caused a spike in oil. And so that benefits the shale, operation inside the United States, where they're blowing the stuff out of the ground, causing earthquakes everywhere, tectonic warfare. But you see, they're making us vulnerable. I don't care about this guy Soleimani in Iraq. Well, what the hell does America have to do with Iraq? So what? We're now vulnerable to attack. They say American citizens, beware. We're vulnerable for attack because what? They carried out an assassination, an act of war that they usually have, like, crazy people do to start world wars. And this is the President of the United States ordering this assassination. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Like, that's a bold move. Good thing I don't have anything to do with any side of that kind of operation, because they just sound like that they're in some sort of gang war and they're going to start whacking each other. So this is why they gotta try to grab everybody's guns in Virginia, because, like, things are moving rapidly and everybody's gamed out. Well, once we get rid of the Iranians, what are we going to do? Who's going to be the next threat? The American people. Well, we got to disarm them now, and you know, because they're going to figure out we're operating under continuity of government, and the Constitution doesn't apply anymore. Well, we got to do this stuff quick. Do it quick. All right, war, quick. War in the Middle East, quick. How do you do that? Iran doesn't want war. The American people don't want war. How are you going to do it? High-level assassination. Just like, you know, World War I. Except for it wasn't some crazy guy who did it. It was a crazy guy who did it, but it was a blackmailed Mossad agent, Donald Trump. And what did they say? They said, hey, you know, yesterday's news, Milikowski, Netanyahu says, oh yeah, I got immunity, so I'm going to delay this process of y'all prosecuting me for all my fraud. I'm going to delay that. Oh yeah, by the way, we might just start a war. Okay, here it is. There you go. They couldn't do it themselves, so they got Trump to do it. But this is for Israel. This is for the Rothschild criminal Khazarian mafia state. It's ordered by them. I know why. I wrote a book about it. I wrote a book about it. You know, and it covers all this stuff. Stay tuned, because there's much more, but it's a big can of worms that's been opened up, and this is not going to end neatly. And like I said, thank God I didn't have anything to do with this nonsense, but the law and our ancestors tell us how to handle this, and that Joker is a puppet on a string, a complete face man, actor, lunatic. But hey, who's not? God willing, my actions are clear, and what we're trying to convey to the people is clear. This is a bad move and a bad day for everyone, and this explains a lot of things in the news around the United States. They're playing into themes. So this is Chris Dorsey signing off. Peace and God bless.